Anyways, I think what there you go. I think it was the shirts they were wearing was Bob's, gun and tackle shop.
On the back it said,
"Have guns, can't sell, will sell."
Yeah, overstock.
Oh boy. So white privilege, and then there's white privilege. So yeah, it's kind of.
Although I will say, I don't think it's a privilege to be able to sell your gun at a buyback. So I don't think we can say black privilege because it's not like that's not a privilege, right? That's horrible. And it's sad that people are duped into doing it. Like we've said before, mostly, people who inherit a gun or something, they don't know what to do with it and they don't want it.
No, I think it could be a privilege.
It's not.
They're allowed to do it.
Sure.
Others aren't.
Yeah. It's not a privilege I want. How about that?
Yeah, because you're white.
Oh.
And you have other privileges.
I guess you're right. It is racism. Okay, we're going to take a break.
I just had a feeling of deja vu, which means we're a simulation and they redid something in the program.
It doesn't mean that.
That's what deja vu means.
No, it doesn't. But we'll talk about that after the show. You're dead wrong about that.
Could I be more wrong?
No.
I couldn't be any more wrong?
No.
We're out of stuff to talk about, so great.
So ask your question. We're going on break now.
You blew through the whole show in 20 minutes.
That's typical.
All right. Which president was the only president to win a Pulitzer Prize?
Ooh. Are you going to give a hint?
No. I'm not. It's too easy.
We'll be right back.
Lock it in. And rip the knob off. Red State Talk Radio.
My Parents Open Carry, a pro-gun kids book from White Feather Press. 13-year-old Brenna and her parents spend their day in typical fashion. But what's not so typical is that Brenna's parents lawfully open carry handguns for self-defense. And the Strongs join a growing number of families who are standing up for their Second Amendment right and bringing gun ownership out of the closet. Order your copy of this unique kids book at myparentsopencarry.com.
It's a bumpy ride through the political jungle with Nate and Brian.
Believe me, if I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left.
What?
The following message contains a special offer for listeners of this station. Are you a man over 40? Are you constantly looking for the nearest bathroom? Do you wake up multiple times a night to use the bathroom? Right now, Perfect Prostate is sending out free bottles of their groundbreaking new formula to listeners of this station. Perfect Prostate formula was developed by medical doctor Mitchell Fleischer, and its ingredients have been clinically studied to reduce your frequent nighttime bathroom visits and promote healthy urine flow. Right now, preferred customers get their first bottle of Perfect Prostate absolutely free. There's nothing to lose. Perfect Prostate is guaranteed to reduce that constant urge to use the bathroom, especially at night, and promote healthy urine flow. Don't wait. Call now for your free bottle. Just pay shipping and processing. Dial 1-800-680-9903. That's 1-800-680-9903. Supplies are limited. One free bottle per household. Call now. Dial 1-800-680-9903. That's 1-800-680-9903.
Whenever I'm feeling a little down under, I can always count on Nate and Brian for their interesting perspective on topics important to freedom and civil rights by listening to the At Odds Show. Nate and Brian cover important topics with insight, intelligence, and of course humor. I can always expect a laugh or two. So if you want to be informed and have a great time, give these guys a listen.
At Odds.
Are you looking Looking for some way cool t-shirts? Check out ChugDug.com. They have hundreds of crazy fun t-shirts like gun, patriotic, and you better believe zombie shirts. At ChugDug.com, you'll find quality shirts at a quality price. All shirts start at just $10 with free shipping over $50. Mention Radio 1 coupon code at checkout and grab a cool 10% off. That's ChugDug.com. T-shirts with attitude.
The Ed Odd Show with the greatest political talk show hosts in history, Nate and Brian. And it's sad that they actually believe that. So give a listen because the delusional need love too.
Here's George Foreman with InventHelp.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-353-4716. That's 1-800-353-4716. Again, 1-800-353-4716.
All right, ready? Now? Is this on? The mic's on. It's hot, Mike? All right, now. All right, here we go. All right. When I have nothing to do, and I mean absolutely nothing to do, I'll listen to the Ed Odd Show with Nate and Brian. There, how was that? Because that's all I'm going to do. No, I'm not going to say they're funny. They're not funny. I'm not going to say they're smart. They're definitely not smart. I'm done. That's all I'm going to do. Okay. Now, can I have my cookie?
So I want those of you who've been with me from the beginning of this incredible journey to be the first to know that I'm with her. I am fired up, and I cannot wait to get out there and campaign for Hillary.
Barack Obama not approved this message. He doesn't have to do that, does he?
No,
Okay.
he doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to approve it, no.
Speaking of presidents.
Yes.
Which president was the only president to win a Pulitzer Prize for a biography called Profiles in Courage?
Well, based on the hint you gave with the voice, we had one guess. That was Humphrey Bogart.
Yep. He was our 67th president.
So is that right?
No, it's not right. But
no, he
close.
was VP.
I don't think. Well, he might have been. No, or Secretary of State, maybe.
I don't know.
I ask not what you can do for your country.
What?
Yeah, he said that. It was John F. Kennedy.
Was this before he was shot?
This was just before he was shot. No, it was before he was president, I think, or close to it.
I don't know.
Profiles in Courage was about himself in particular, PT-109, I think, and all that. He got run over by a Japanese ship, which, a good captain tries to avoid, but apparently he didn't.
Well, he might have tried.
I don't
all
think
captains
so.
try. A good captain succeeds at avoiding that.
Yeah. Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know either.
We also have this day in history. Do you want it?
Yeah.
On this day in history, in 1863, the largest cavalry battle of the Civil War is fought at Brandy Station, Virginia. After the Confederate victory in Chancellorsville, Virginia, Confederate General Robert E. Lee began to prepare for another invasion of the North by placing General Jeb Bush's cavalry at Brandy Station, just east of Culpeper, to screen the rest of the Army of Northern Virginia as it started towards the Blue Ridge Mountains. Now, Stuart used this time at Brandy Station to stage a grand parade in order to boost morale and show off his dashing troops to local residents. Unbeknownst to Stuart, his pompous display was observed by uninvited Union cavalry and infantry under the command of General Alfred Pleasanton. He struck the surprise rebels in a two-pronged assault. After initially falling back, the Confederate eventually rallied and the battle raged all day around St. James Church. The battle came when Union troops headed to seize Fleetwood Hill, an elevation from which the Yankees could shell the entire battlefield. Confederate Lieutenant John Carter struggled to mount a cannon on the hill and fired a single shot that stopped the Union troopers in their tracks. The Yankee officers leading the charge suspected the Confederates had a line of guns sitting just over the top of the hill, when in fact it was just a single gun with barely enough powder for a single shot. Carter's heroic act saved the day for Stuart, and the battle bought time for the Confederates, and they held the hill. Now the battle continued until late afternoon with many spectacular cavalry charges and saber fights in addition to hand-to-hand combat by dismounted cavalry. In the end, Stuart's forces held the field. Although it was technically a rebel victory, the battle demonstrated how far the Union cavalry had come since the beginning of the war. Stuart's cavalry had been the master of their Union counterparts, but its invincibility was shattered on that muggy Virginia day. And that's the way it was on this day in 1863. And that's all I have to say about that. Okay, speaking of slaves, Nate, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what?
It was spellbinding.
Yeah, it was something. Okay. What about slaves?
I don't know, something.
Have they ever built anything?
Yeah, they built the country.
I know you didn't build that.
They built the country.
Did they?
Now, there was one city I heard was built on rock and roll, but this one, this country was built on slavery. So they say.
Okay, including the White House.
Well, Michelle Obama was given an address at a commencement.
Yeah.
At some prestigious university.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she said, she wakes up every morning in a house that was built by slaves. Oh, dear, I think I do have the vapors.
What's her point, though? I mean, should she tear it down and have it built by
Her point is, I have to
union
use
contractors?
race to more decisively split this country in two.
Yeah. At a commencement address.
Yeah, and she uses race, and he uses race every chance they get.
Yep.
All the time. They're two of the worst people that ever lived in this country.
Yeah, two of them. There's many.
And if I owned them, I'd whip them every day. What?
You're really
racist.
Yeah,
today.
we're going to stop doing the show, I think. Cause
that was too far?
It's
okay.
Getting out of hand.
The point is, slaves helped build the White House, but many of them were actually paid a salary. But there were a lot of artisans from all over Europe that built the White House. She could have just said, I woke up in a house that had slaves serving the presidents for years and decades as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know what
now they're paid minimum wage.
No, I think all their staff's got to
acceptable.
make at least $15 an hour.
Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Actually,
there's federal
I wonder,
employee minimums and stuff.
I wonder if they are pretty well paid, most of the people that work there. I'm not talking getting rich, but paid higher than the average pay for whatever they do.
I bet they don't.
No?
Well, I guess it depends on what they do. I would think that the chefs and those types of people probably make a good wage.
Well, you want them to be happy.
Certainly your cooks.
Right.
You want your cooks to be very, very happy.
Yep.
Because they can spit in it and do other worse things.
Yeah, and your pilots and...
Yeah, your pilots. I'm going down!
The people that fluff your pillow, because there's really nothing worse than getting in bed and not having a fluffed up pillow.
Or when he gets his morphine injection every night to help him go to sleep at night. You want to make sure that they get
No,
that
I
dose
don't
right.
think he has any trouble sleeping.
Oh.
I mean, really.
You may be right.
He sleeps right through all sorts of things like Benghazi.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think Hillary did too. Didn't she go to bed too? Or I don't even know if she
I
woke
don't
up.
know.
So anyways, I don't know what her point was other than say that, yeah, slavery existed in this country.
Here's something, a court ruling out of the Ninth Circuit.
That's California area.
California area that I can finally agree. Usually the Ninth Circuit is known for rulings that I completely disagree with. They're usually pretty liberal.
Right.
This one, though.
Right on?
This one, right on. Yeah, so part of the ruling, they said, this in Judge William Fletcher